Bold and beautiful fans are buzzing. What started as a daring, sex-positive whirlwind with newcomer Daphne Rose has fizzled into another cookie-cutter romance chase. And while Daphne's misfire dominates talk, the show's gearing up for a heart-wrenching medical crisis that could redefine every Forrester and Spencer relationship. Introduced as a game-changer, Muriel Hilaire's Daphne burst onto the canvas as a free-spirited temptress until writers pegged her to a one-note crush on Carter. Fans' frustration. Viewers wanted chaos-driven fun, not another Brailer clone. The plea? Let Daphne reclaim her mischief, flirting with Ridge, teasing Bill, teasing Zend, and remind us why she was magnetic in the first place. 2. Liam's medical bombshell. Inoperable brain tumor. Liam secretly learns his condition is terminal, setting up a ticking clock storyline. Father-son reconnection. With time running out, Liam may finally hear Bill's heartfelt apology, and those 6 fateful words, "I love you and I'm sorry." Steffi's panic and bucket list. As Steffi grapples with hiding the truth from daughter Kelly, Liam insists on one last wish, the daddy-daughter school dance, despite doctors' warnings. 3. April 21 to 25 sneak peek. Sweeps week high stakes. Will Liam collapse at Kelly's dance? Can Bridget and Finn still pull off a miracle cure? Love triangles heating up. Carter presses hope, Luna steps up seduction, and Brooke battles Taylor for Ridge's heart. Special return. Mark your calendars. Jack Wagner is back as Nick Marone on June 13 to stir the pot even further. Hey lovely viewers, welcome to our channel Luxurious Night. The show is completely bungling a golden opportunity that is in the hands of Bold and Beautiful. What will we do with you, Bold and Beautiful? The way you presented Daphne Rose as a crafty seductress who sees sex as games and fun was excellent. We were all on board. We even wrote about it. But all of a sudden, you made her into just another typical Bold and Beautiful character. Or, to put it another way, a woman whose only motivation is to be with the man she wants, in this case Carter. We were informed that Daphne was too strong for any man, and we were convinced by the way Muriel Hilaire portrayed her. She is intoxicating. However, Carter has undoubtedly resisted Daphne, and the more she promises to make him hers, the less attractive she becomes. It's not as pitiful as, say, Brooke and Taylor pursuing Ridge, despite the fact that he has broken their hearts numerous times, given that this is her first pursuit. It's still not good, though. A sex-positive wildcard who wasn't as fixated on commitment as all the other characters on the program was a welcome change for Bold and Beautiful. She has become an exact replica of the pitiful Brailer as a result of it. Any plot could have been blown up by dropping Daphne in like a bomb. In contrast to Sheila and Luna, she lacked the homicidal instincts and could have been a true agent of mayhem. In our book, a huge plus. What do we have left? A Daphne who is only a semblance of the persona we were first introduced to. She no longer has a sense of mischief. She is not unpredictable. Her fun has been greatly diminished. Of course, there is still time to rectify it. All Bold and Beautiful needs to do is have Daphne wake up one morning and see that, despite Carter's reputation, he isn't everything. Then just let Daphne wild on the canvas to woo her way from Spencer Publications to Il Giardino. Act as though she is the seductress we were taught she is. Make Taylor furious because Ridge blushes whenever Daphne compliments him. Have Bill fall deeply in love with Daphne, only to have her dismiss him as merely a recreational partner. Have Daphne respond, "She hasn't had much sex, has she?" after Zenda makes a move on her by pointing out that Luna had described him as the greatest sex she had ever had. For Bold and Beautiful, Daphne Rose might be a really entertaining and unique character. All the show needs to do is start writing her that way and keep that in mind. Check out the collection of love possibilities for Lauren St. Victor's character below, as we're hopeful she'll move on from Carter. Spoilers for the Bold and the Beautiful. After Liam's medical secrets are revealed, Bill says these 6 heartfelt words. Liam is now keeping his hospital situation under wraps, and he is relying on Steffi Forrester, Jacqueline Messins Wood, to do the same. However, Liam will eventually be unable to conceal his illness from Bill and his loved ones. This is particularly true now that Liam seems to be on the verge of finding out he has an incurable brain tumor. If Liam thinks he doesn't have much time left on Earth, he might find himself doing some introspection. Even though Liam and Bill's most recent argument ended badly, their earlier disagreements might not be that significant in the long run. Although Liam can never fully comprehend why Bill would go to such extreme measures to release Luna Nozawa, Lisa Yamada, there is no reason to harbor resentment at this time. In what may be his last months, Liam will ideally want to get back in touch with Bill if he feels that the end is near. Similarly, when Bill learns that Liam passed out and experienced a serious medical emergency on his land, his own rage may swiftly subside. Bill will undoubtedly regret not staying in calling for assistance sooner. Naturally, Bill's connection with Liam may also change as he receives information on this irreversible brain tumor blow. Liam had earlier asked why Bill was unable to express his love, but when all these medical secrets were revealed, Bill could be able to let his feelings out quite effectively. Bill could need to make some significant admissions when he faces the prospect of losing his son. This has the potential to genuinely transform Bill's heart and unite him with Liam. Although it would be ideal if it were taking place in a more favorable environment, Liam and Bill may value the fact that they are growing closer nevertheless. After Liam's medical secrets are revealed, Bill might finally utter these 6 heartfelt words, "I apologize and I love you." In the upcoming episodes, that might help Bill win Liam's forgiveness and mend their relationship. Of all, this B and B plotline does not ensure that Liam will indeed suffer a terrible fate. We've witnessed enough soap opera fake-outs to know that Liam could receive some amazing news in the future. In any case, spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful indicate that Bill and Liam might foresee how they will mend their relationship for however long Liam has left. Brave and gorgeous first spoilers April 21 to 25. Steffi panics, Carter pushes, and Liam's time is over. Bold and the Beautiful spoilers for April 21 to 25, 2025 show that Steffi Forrester, Jacqueline Messins Wood, is in a panic, Carter Walton, Lawrence St. Victor, is pushing, and Liam Spencer's, Scott Clifton, time is just about up and done with. Spoilers for Bold and the Beautiful, Luna's Allure and Deacon's Counsel. Luna Nozawa, Lisa Yamada, informs Shayla Carter, Kimberlyn Brown, that she will not give up on Will Spencer, Crew Morrow, as of Wednesday, April 16. This conversation, which they began on Tuesday, resumes on Wednesday. It's kind of weird, don't you think, that Luna is luring Will in her underwear soon after Brooke Logan, Catherine Kelly Lang, attempted the same thing but was stopped by Taylor Hayes, Rebecca Buddig. Both of them wore purple underpants. It's just an odd analogy of some kind. But at least Brooke didn't have a huge artificial mustache. If Luna recognizes that the one thing she believes she has that Elektra doesn't have or won't do is going to be a moot issue, she might amp up her seduction tactics because Elektra Forrester, Linnea Grace, seems more receptive to the notion of having an intimate relationship with Will. Based on her prior love experiences, Deacon Sharp, Sean Kanan, offers his daughter Hope Logan, Annika Noel, some guidance regarding her romantic decisions. Furthermore, Carter wants to approach Hope and insist that she forgive him and get back together with him, but Deacon is probably pressuring her to go back to Liam. As Sheila just did with Poppy Nozawa, Romy Park, we'll see if Deacon needs to use cake to beat Carter. The fight was enjoyable. Poppy did hit her twice, so yeah, but I have to give Sheila credit for that. Will there be a miracle cure for Liam's medical crisis? Liam is surprised when Bridget Forrester, Ashley Jones, joins the medical staff treating him. Additionally, I question whether Bridget and Finn, Tanner Novlin, who found a miraculous cure for Eric Forrester, John McCook, will do the same for Liam. You recall that it was unquestionably fatal and that he was going to die. That was what they were promoting. Then, in the final 3 weeks of the death scare, Bridget, Finn, and I suddenly get this miraculous treatment for the illness they didn't even bother to name. This plot still seems to me to be quite similar to the Eric one. This week, Finn is also informed by the 2 physicians, Grace and Bridget, that surgery is not an option for Liam's brain issue. It's inoperable, which also essentially implies death when they say that. Finn is taken aback. Steffi will undoubtedly be as well, but I wonder if he will find out about it while she isn't around, and whether Liam will want Steffi to remain in the dark, just like he keeps the kids and other family members in the dark since he doesn't want them to know what's going on with him. He might also wish to keep Steffi safe. Steffi, Liam, and Kelly, handling a tragic circumstance. Liam and Steffi discuss their daughter Kelly Spencer, Sophia Paris McKinley, and how much she means to them on Thursday, April 17. They also engage in some parental bonding. Liam, Steffi, and Steffi's husband all appear to value this medical fear more since, on Thursday, Finn receives a stern reminder from his mother Lee Finnegan, Naomi Matsuda, that no, he is not allowed to see Luna. Steffi has stated clearly. Furthermore, Lai is still firmly loyal to Finn despite the fact that she now recognizes that as her grandchild. You can't see her respect your marriage and respect your wife, but this is going to grow rougher during sweeps because Liam may be hitting Finn hard over his exclusion from his own daughter's life, knowing that Kelly might lose her father. Spoilers for Bold and the Beautiful. Kelly perplexed. Kelly then tells Steffi on Friday, April 18, how much it means to her that her father, Liam, will accompany her to her school dance. However, as he is near death, it appears that Kelly's request may not be fulfilled. Additionally, Steffi is attempting to get her ready for the possibility that he won't be able to travel. However, Liam doesn't want Kelly to know that he's ill, so she is somewhat powerless. That's a difficult scenario since, if Liam is unable to attend her dance due to medical reasons, I doubt Kelly will comprehend why he isn't there without understanding that he is ill and has a very good reason for it. They seem to be trying to incite her to feel hurt, but I don't think that will happen. The daddy-daughter dance dilemma is on Liam's bucket list. Above all else, Liam will insist on attending the daddy-daughter dance because he doesn't want to disappoint Kelly. And after learning that this is incurable and that he might be dying, Liam might find himself doing things from his bucket list since he believes he won't live. Therefore, attending a last dance with his daughter would undoubtedly be on his bucket list. However, his physicians, Bridget and Grace, both inform him that they believe it is a horrible idea. Since Kelly is his stepdaughter and Finn is aware of how much it means to her, I'm curious to hear his thoughts on the matter. However, he might disagree with them, so we'll have to wait and see. Weekly spoilers: Broken Hearts, Temptation, and Reconciliation. Now, for our early weekly spoilers for April 21 to 25. It goes without saying that Steffi attempts to appear upbeat in front of her daughter, and that Kelly is positive about the dance. If Liam is really not going to live, why not just let him go? I'll say this: Kelly might never recover from the terrible trauma she would experience if he collapsed during the school dance. It's a complex issue. Bridget and Grace will undoubtedly continue to try to persuade Liam to change his mind next week. They don't want him to overdo it or put himself in danger of collapsing and suffering another brain bleed, but he will want to do what he wants to do before time runs out, and he might do it AMA, which is against medical advice. Brave and gorgeous spoilers alert. Liam and Bill reconcile. Look for Liam and Bill Spencer, Don Diamont, to get back together soon, but he might also keep his father Bill in the dark about this death sentence that's brewing inside of him. because he's wearing a little beanie over the bandage and everything when he's having lunch with him soon. Will, who appeared to be struggling not to look at her physique this week, is being stalked and tempted by Luna, but he doesn't find anything else appealing about her. While Deacon is urging his daughter Hope to think about returning to live next week, Sheila continues to support her granddaughter's attempts to snatch Electra's boyfriend. However, the man has no time for a reunion because he is literally battling for his life. Watch for Brooke to keep being adamant about getting Ridge Forrester, Thorsten Kaye, back in her life, but it isn't happening, and for Carter to be nearly as persistent as Luna. Spoilers for Bold and the Beautiful. Jack Wagner returns. The good news is that on June 13th, Jack Wagner will reprise his role as Nick Marone, helping her to move past her heartbreak. Nick, if you don't remember, I made a standalone video on it yesterday. I believe you can see it on our homepage or in the most recent Bold and the Beautiful videos. Additionally, don't forget that the May sweeps on Bold and the Beautiful begin on Thursday, April 24. I don't see Bold kicking the bucket, but we're going to be forced to think that he will actually kill Liam. Everything will find a way to come together. Thanks for watching this video. Please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up.